Hey guys, it's me, Miss Rodriguez, and today I am going to show you how to build a dome with toothpicks and with clay. So we are actually going to start with the very top of the dome, and you're going to need to start out with 5 toothpicks. And we're going to make this into a pentagon. So in case you forgot what a pentagon is a shape with 5 sides and 5 vertices. So I'm going to use little bits of clay as my nodes, and the toothpick is my strut. And I'm going to go ahead and make them into a pentagon. So every time the toothpick meets a piece of clay, we have a vertices there. And we're almost done. Okay, so I've made my pentagon. Now I'm going to take 5 more toothpicks and I'm going to put them up on each of the pieces of clay, like this. And then I'm going to get 1 more piece of clay, and we're going to make all of those standing up toothpicks come together. You might have to make some little adjustments there. Make sure it's holding on tightly to all the pieces. And now we're going to just kind of put this to the side, and now we're going to work on the bottom part of the dome. Okay, so for part 2, we are going to build this time another pentagon, only it's going to be twice as big as the first one. So we are going to actually use, for the bottom portion of the pentagon, we're going to use 10 toothpicks. Last time we used 5, now we're going to use 10. So we're going to get our clay again and make our top corner vertices right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this and make the side longer. Okay. And if some of it comes apart as you're building, that's okay, it's clay, it goes right back together. Okay, and we've just about got our pentagon ready. And again, it kind of comes apart a little. We just straighten it out where we need to, okay? Once you've got that big pentagon going, now what we're gonna do is get some more toothpicks, and where you see the actual corners of the pentagon, like the top one, we're gonna put in 1 toothpick in each corner. Okay, So I have one here at the top, one on this corner, the bottom, the right bottom, and then that last corner there. Now on the ones that are in the middle of each of the sides, I'm going to actually put 2 toothpicks on there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what is now probably the trickiest part of this activity is you and your partner are gonna have to work together to put this top part we made together with the bottom part, okay? I would have one friend that holds the top and then a second friend who connects from the bottom. So I'm gonna try and do my best with this. I'm gonna start by connecting the corners first, as much as I can. And you can see as I'm doing that, stuff is falling apart. And that's okay. I just go back, I fix it. I don't complain much about it. If it falls off, it falls off. And we build again. Remember, our most important rule is we expect to make mistakes and we try again. Okay, so let me go back here. And I will start connecting in just a second. So here is a quick little image of my completed dome. It is absolutely not perfect. I had to do mine by myself. Luckily, you are going to have a partner, at least one, which means you have 4 hands instead of my 2. So if you'll notice on my dome, a couple of things I want you to look at is that one of my goals was to make sure that every single piece was connected to one of the nodes. And sometimes when I make an adjustment, things come out. And I am just going in and fixing them when I make that adjustment. So I would suggest that you make your adjustments very slowly. If you try and make too many adjustments at one time and very quickly, all your pieces are going to come apart, okay? So if you look at this, every single one of these shapes ends up making a triangle, which is going to give it that dome kind of shape. And if you look at it kind of like this, you can see it's kind of rounded at the top, okay, but still lays flat when it's on the ground. So you want to kind of work with it to try to make those triangle shapes. If you look here on this side, you can see, remember this one had 1 toothpick coming out of it because these were the corners, and then in the middle it had 2 toothpicks to go out. So this one would meet one of the nodes, and then these two the struts, there were 2 here, one would go this way to the right and one would go to the left, which makes that triangle shape. One thing that I also know that helped me just a little bit was on my top part of my dome, I ended up going back and reinforcing it with a little bit more clay to make it very strong so it could hopefully keep its shape. That also makes it a little heavier, which is something you're gonna have to think about, okay? As you're going on, remember, we expect to make mistakes and we try again. You're trying to do your best to make your dome. So good luck and have fun. See you later.